one-horse open sleigh. Go grab Applejack, who's hiding in the barn. Jump in the back and leave behind the barn. The sky is clear and blue, and the wind is at our tails. Ponies hold on tight, good we're back to jingle
Scales. Oh, jingle bells, jingle bells.
Tomorrow is Christmas morning.
Tomorrow is Christmas Day.
And Santa's coming from the
I have to remember the words to this.
He's bringing presents, 'cause he's been
Filling up that Santa sleigh. Hang up,
There's
start to show. Through our mains, the higher up we go. Still, ring doom. What fun it is to fly and sing as we sonic rainbow. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to fly in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to fly in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, thought we were ponies. All right, guys, what's up? Better late than never for this episode of The Kingdom. Let me check my gain because I did some voice acting. There we go. Oh, man. Hope you all were able to hear that. I had my gain turned down. So, yeah, I did some voice. Yeah, I'm actually in the Christmas spirit this year. I finally got a Christmas tree for my tiny apartment, so it works. So tonight, week later than I wanted to do it, but I kind of passed out after the episode went live last week. So I kind of decided, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Let me fix my camera. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do it for next Sunday. Yeah, so tonight's our special guest characters are none other than Nightshade and Aeon the Hedgehog, a newly formed alliance. Yes, it's about time I finally start getting some notoriety on this show, I would say. Oh, leave it to you, Hedgehog, to want to steal the glory. Need I remind you that you needed... Oh, God. Need I remind you, you needed me, Nightshade, not the other way around. Oh, can it, Hedgehog? You know you needed my powers just as much as I needed yours. So we're a team in this. What I'm more curious to know is how you are going to survive in Canterlot, considering you're allergic to the Chaos Emeralds. Well, I'm more concerned how you're going to get along with Sonic. You know, basically, I'm just going to hold down the fort in Canterlot. What you don't know is that little crystal that you restored is going to keep me safe from those Chaos Emeralds. So I'll do fine. My plan is to just hold down the fort and, you know, basically keep up appearances. Well, I'm not sure how I'm handling the situation. In Ponyville, what's Sonic? All right, guys, enough. We're going to get into this episode. So I'm really looking forward to hearing from you guys, to answer as many questions as you guys have about the episode. We started the episode with Sonic basically going through training with Dark Swirl. And basically what this training was, it was kind of the same thing that Twilight had him do. Well, I mean, I can't really say Twilight had him do, but Sonic learned how to master the elements of magic. And when he did that, he was able to transform into Harmonic Sonic. So I kind of, you know, and when he did it with the element of magic, he did turn into Harmonic Sonic. So I wanted there to be, you know, kind of this secondary transformation with the element of dark magic, which is, you know, basically why he turns into the Beast Sonic or the Werehog Sonic. Yeah. Oh, hello, Elijah. I just noticed you said hello. And yes, I'm always going to be your senpai. How are things going? You seem to be getting more on track with your Alicorn abilities, so that's good. I know Mike really likes your dialogue. He may actually use some of it in the next episode. Well, thanks for the spoiler there, Nightshade. So again, I wanted there to be a similar transformation for Sonic with the element of dark magic, but the thing is, it had to be dark. I was lucky enough that there are pictures of Sonic in EXE form, in Werehog form combined. So I got pretty lucky with that. Um, yeah, I just kicked my table. Sorry, guys. It's a different setup than what I'm used to here, but I wanted to do it in front of the Christmas tree. But yeah, so I wanted there to be this grandiose transformation with Sonic, it needed to be dark. And I thought, oh well, if I could find some EXE pictures of Sonic in Werehog form, that'd be perfect, which I did, and it worked out great. We are going to see Sonic go into that form in the next episode. And I will give you guys some more details. I know I told Elijah I have like an Eggman size announcement to make. That's right, another Eggman size announcement. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. And I'm not on the show yet. Just wait. How did Eggman hijack this live stream for real? Jesus, he's not even here yet, and his technology is already hijacking my live stream. Oh, well, that's Eggman for you. I can't wait. I hope I'm still around when he gets here because I have a score to settle with him as well. Well, what score do you have to settle with him, Aeon? Oh, he promised me some things when I was debating on joining his Eggman Empire, but then I thought better of it. I'm sure Sonya had something to do with that. Did she talk you out of it? Oh, hell no. She has no impact on my life whatsoever. Even when she was on the same side as me, I was just using her. Oh, man. Elijah types in, he's a technical genius. This is to be expected. Yes, this is true. He is a technical genius. So yeah. So after Sonic transforms into his Werehog form, we then see Aeon. Yes, I'm here. That's right. Yes, we saw Aeon show up to Nightshade's castle with the elements of harmony. The reason for this is that Aeon is playing both sides. Are you not, Aeon? I'm just doing what's best for me and Sunset at this point, and I figured, Sunset's mother is doing her dirty work, and it was a chance for me to get closer to my partner, Nightshade. So now we can concoct our schemes without being secretive. Well, we're going to be secretive, but at least we'll be together, and Soletta and Darkswell won't be the wiser. I will admit, God, what the hell voice was that? I will admit, Aeon, you do have some pretty good ideas. Which then again, I have to question whether or not I should trust you completely. Oh, you can trust me, Nightshade. I'm not going to stab you in the back. You don't have to worry. Well, that remains to be seen with you two. So, well, we'll just have to wait and see for that. So hopefully you two can get along. Discord is here. Hello, Discord. What? I'm not here. I'm not supposed to be here. No, Discord was not trying to show up. My voice is a little raspy, so I'm having some issues. I'm having some issues doing Nightshade. And even, I noticed it too, like during the last episode, like for some reason I was like going into Discord voice while voicing Nightshade. I guess it was a couple of months, so like my Nightshade got a little bit rusty, and I don't know, I was voicing Discord in that episode too, so I like my Nightshade went in and out of Discord for some odd reason. It's just it was so long in between episodes. I think that's what the culprit was. I kind of got out of Nightshade flow and into Discord. But again, we saw Aeon bring the elements of harmony to Dark Swirl, and basically pledged his allegiance to Dark Swirl. And as we heard Aeon just tell you, he basically did it so he can work one-on-one with Nightshade without having to be too secretive. And, this way he's close to Nightshade while they concoct their plan, whatever that is. Yeah, you'll just have to wait. Sorry, guys, but I can't give you spoilers. It would spoil everything, and you guys wouldn't be shocked. That's a true story. So then, you know, we go into the opening credits. We come back out of the opening credits. And after the opening credits, we see Twilight and Shadow. Not so much Twilight. Twilight was kind of distracted. And part of that is the fact that she's pregnant. So she's not entirely in sync with her powers per se, because she's just distracted and kind of tired from carrying a baby. So her own alicorn abilities are kind of all over the place. So Shadow basically senses Sonic's power explode when he transformed into the Werehog form, and as we would later find out, Knuckles kind of sensed it. And we'll get more into that as we get into more of the episode. So basically, Shadow tells Twilight, "Look, I just sensed Sonic explode with some power. You know, maybe we should, you know, what's going on?" And around this time, Spike receives a message from Princess Celestia requesting the Elements of Harmony plus Twilight, pretty much requesting the whole team plus the Elements of Harmony to go to Canterlot. The whole basis of the Elements of Harmony, why Celestia wanted the Elements of Harmony, she basically wanted to make sure that the elements weren't being corrupted. We didn't learn about that in the episode, but that's ultimately the reason why. She kind of just wanted to check up on the elements herself. So then basically that prompts Twilight to have to go to Sunset's house. And for those of you who are kind of confused about Sunset being at Will's old house in Ponyville, well, because now Will Atkinson's character is now the Prince of Europony, the ruler. He lets Sunset, Shimmer, and Aeon have their house, have his house, and they're basically living there rent free. So, you know, that was an offer Sunset could not turn down. So that's why her and Aeon are living in that house. And that's just to clear all that up. Well, I know there were some questions about why is Sunset in Will's house. But that's what it is that Will let them live there. So right before Twilight and Shadow go off to Sunsets, Spike tells Twilight, "Look, I'm not going with you to Canterlot. Hi, Nicole. It's okay that you're late. I'm late too. I'm a week late with this. So, yeah, I promised you guys the live stream and I wanted to do it today. Kind of passed out. So I passed out last week right after the episode. I started texting somebody. I was really going to go live at 10 Central Time last week. And then like I said, I was texting somebody and waiting in between texts. I kind of passed out. So, yeah. So after that, Shadow convinces Twilight that let Spike enjoy his date with Sweetie Belle, and Twilight agrees. So they go ahead. Spike sends the message to Princess Celestia that Twilight and Shadow will arrive, and whatever, I forgot what her message was back to Princess Celestia. But then so Twilight and Shadow go off to Sunset's house. During this next scene, we see we go back to Nightshade's castle in Europony, and that is when Dark Swirl converts the Elements of Harmony along with Sonic. They both use their powers and convert the Elements of Harmony into the Elements of Nightmares. That linked Sonic's element of Nightmare to the rest of them. The very last step would be the Elements of Nightmares claiming their Elements of Nightmare under Dark Swirl's complete control, which is what we see at the end of the episode. So, following the transformation of the Elements of Harmony into the Elements of Nightmares, a lot of weird things start to happen. And we start off, the very first point of the dark magic that we see is with Rarity. And I didn't want to show every single character going through the transition. I just felt like had I shown every character, it would have dragged out the episode longer. And there's no point to it. You guys kind of got the gist with just 3 characters of what was going on. I didn't want to insult anybody's intelligence. I didn't want to make the episode longer than it needed to be. I felt like you guys got the gist of what was going on. So it starts off with Rarity. Gotta get a drink. So we start out my secret weapon monster. Gotta love it. The Mean Bean Java, my favorite drink. So Spike and Sweetie Belle are having their picnic. It's one of the many things that Spike has planned for the perfect day with Sweetie Belle. He wants to make this day very special for her, mainly because they haven't seen each other for a while. So, within the last week worth of time, Spike has been able to catch up with Sweetie Belle, and Sweetie Belle kind of had to remind him, "Hey, you remember my spring dance?" And and Spike's like, "Oh yeah, I remember it. Don't worry." So Spike really just wants to take this time and make Sweetie Belle feel special because they really haven't had too much time. Um, so as they're having their picnic, we see Rarity trot up, and she has Sweetie Belle's dress for the dance, which Rarity tore to shreds, ruined it, and kind of just throws it at Sweetie Belle on the ground and says, "Here's your dress, darling. It's befitting of a girl who, wound up with my ex." And then, of course, Spike chimed in. "Hey, Beardy, you're the one who wanted Silver, so I broke up with you, so Sweetie Belle had nothing to do with it." Basically, it's just Rarity falling under the control of the element of nightmares and being completely corrupted, like we saw with Sonic when his elements of magic became completely corrupted. So it's along those lines. Rarity really has no control over what she's doing from this point forward. And you're going to see that in the next episode too, because she's not done with Sweetie Belle, or Spike for that matter, or Silver. So we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. So she basically, ruins Sweetie Belle's dress, tries to make her feel bad and ruin her night. And then she basically storms off. And it leaves Sweetie Belle in tears. Spike, of course, consoles her. But, Spike, knowing what he knows about the situation, decides, Sweetie Belle, Sweetie Belle, I kind of have an idea of what's going on here, and I got to go tell Twilight about what just happened because, there's a chance she could be corrupted. Well, he didn't actually tell Sweetie Belle that, but that's kind of what was going through Spike's mind. So he knew in the back of his mind something was wrong, which is why he tells Sweetie Belle, "Hey, I'll walk you home. You go ahead, find a new dress, and we'll go ahead and I have to tell Twilight what just happened." So, Spike takes her home, and at this point, Twilight and Shadow have now made it. During that transition, Twilight and Shadow now have made it to Sunset's and Aeon's house, which is really Will Atkinson's house. So Twilight and Shadow confront Sunset, and they ask her, "Hey, we need the elements of harmony because we have to go to Canterlot. Princess Celestia wants us to bring the elements of harmony." Sunset makes up a lie and says, "Hey, when Sonic exploded with rage this morning, it kind of corrupted the elements of harmony." Gary Whitworth says, "Hi. Hi, Gary. How are you doing tonight?" "Oh, yes. Hello." Nicole, "I feel none of them have control being corrupted." That is correct. None of them do have control. And we saw that with Sonic. I think the only reason, and this is the reason why Sonic had more control. The reason Sonic has control, and it seems like he's nice to Rainbow Dash, for two reasons. Number one, he has Alicorn magic. So his Alicorn magic kind of allows him to still have love for Rainbow Dash. And the second part of it is Sonic already knows that Rainbow Dash is an element of Nightmare and that she's going to be part of the team, which is another reason why he doesn't physically harm her badly. We saw that when he first goes into Nightmare Sonic, when they had their romantic moment and he had his big transformation in Hoofsdale Valley. And then we saw it again when Rainbow Dash and Sonic had their fight in Ponyville a couple episodes ago. He couldn't physically do major harm to Rainbow Dash, mainly because he still loves her and he feels love for her, and he knows she's an element of Nightmare, and she's part of the ultimate Swirl's goal of the elements of Nightmare. So that's why he wasn't able to physically harm her. Um, but Nicole is 100% right. The rest of the characters have absolutely no control or emotions over who they are, mainly because they don't have alicorn magic. You know, we saw it with Twilight when she was under Sombra's control. She was able to fight off the magic because she has alicorn magic. Um, Same thing with Sonic. You know, Sonic again comes from, you know, a lineage of alicorns way back in the past. I'm not going to get back into it. If you guys, for the newcomers who are new to the series, you have to go all the way back to season 1 to really get the gist of what that storyline is and how Sonic became and how Sonic has alicorn blood flowing through him and has some magical abilities. Um, so again, we get back into it with Nicole also types in, I'm glad he still loves Rainbow Dash. I am too. They're pretty much inseparable. Rainbow Dash, Sand Dash is inseparable. Nothing will ever break those two apart. It would seem, and I don't have any intention of ever having something break those two up. Um, I am doing really good, Gary. I'm glad you're doing good. Brandon Senior, hey, what's up? Michael Collins Gaming. Did anyone die in the attack on Ponyville? Um, yes. Um, Quite a number of ponies and characters have died. I'm not spoiling it. You'll find out who some of those characters are in the next episode. I'm not going to title something Day of the Dead without, um, unfortunately, some characters dying. There's also going to be there's also going to be big deaths. I did say a couple of months back that I'm shortening the cast. Um, Also, and I'm going to talk about this at the very end of the live stream because I was planning this live stream on the way home after dropping my kids off tonight, and I have like over an hour drive, so I was able to come up with how I wanted to do this, and I definitely want to save this little tidbit until the very end. Um, Nicole, big deaths. Oh damn. Yeah, there's going to be some deaths on here that are going to shock you guys. Again, it's titled Day of the Dead, so I kind of it's titled that way for more than one reason. And again, I'll save the second bit, the big Eggman announcements at the very end. Um, Chris was always my favorite, so I at least hope he survives. Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything. You guys, the next episode is really, 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 really dark, and it's very violent. The next 2 or 3 episodes are going to be very violent and very dark. I haven't even ironed out all the details yet as to how I want to lay it all out. I actually have to, at some point over the next week, I have to go over my phone um, and put in my storyboard because Day of the Dead is going to have at minimum 3 parts, at least 3 parts. I don't want to do 4. I want to try to wrap up the Day of the Dead in 3 parts. So again, I kind of have to do a storyboard. I've already tried writing the episode. I did the opening scene and I'm not happy with it already. So I kind of want to go back and redo it. And I want to do a storyboard. This way I have an outline as to where I'm going. I know how I want it to end. I know how I want the next episode to end. It's just a matter of filling in the details and the blanks. Um, Andrew Franco puts Pikachu surprise face, and we all know how that goes. Ah, so um, so Aeon, so Twilight and Shadow wind up going to Prince William's house in Ponyville to retrieve the elements of harmony from Sunset, and Sunset basically lies to them and says, Sonic's power exploded, and at that point the elements became corrupted. So I don't have them, which she's not lying. She doesn't have them. Aeon gave them to Dark Swirl. But she makes up a lie and says, look, I had to take them to the Tree of Harmony because they are being corrupted. So now Twilight starts to panic as she normally does. She goes into her twilighting and she's like, oh my God, what am I going to tell Princess Celestia? I need these elements. She wants to see them. And now I can't bring them. And so at this point, Twilight decides we need to go to the Tree of Harmony. I want to see how bad it is. She basically wants to just check on the elements just to see for herself. So her and Shadow leave. Now, immediately after leaving, Shadow and Twilight get about halfway up the street when Shadow and Twilight both realize that something seemed off with Sunset. We should probably go back. She seemed kind of defensive. At this point, Sunset got the separation she needed, and she was able to teleport because at this point she knows her cover is blown, and she has to leave. She knows she has to go to Nightshade's castle to be with Aeon because again, her cover's been blown. She realizes that once Twilight gets to the Tree of Harmony, she's going to see that the elements are not there. So she decides, okay, Shadow and Twilight are halfway up the street. This is when I'm going to teleport. So she does. Shadow and Twilight realize she's hiding something. They go back to go get Sunset because they realize she's hiding something. Let's bring her along. But Sunset's already gone at that point. So a lesson learned too late from Twilight and Shadow. Shadow then gets upset somewhat, yelling at Twilight, like, I told you we shouldn't have trusted her. You should have listened to my instincts again and all that other stuff. Yes, Shadow does have a serious anger issue. Oh, and like you don't, Aeon. We got some more comments coming in. The elements, Michael Collins Gaming, the elements I get, but why take the Chaos Emeralds? We will get into that as we further go along into the episode. I do have an explanation for that as well. Elijah Dodorich, so that the heroes have trouble fighting back. That is Elijah answered that question perfectly. That's basically what it boils down to, is that Sonic knows that the hero's greatest hope are the elements of harmony. And here's the other thing. For those of you who don't know the extent, now Sonic and Dark Swirl have the power of the Harmony Chaos Cannon. Except now it's going to be called the Nightmare Chaos Cannon. Now Dark Swirl can have Sonic use the Chaos Emeralds with the elements of harmony. So now the bad guys have control of the Harmony Chaos Cannon. That's another reason why Sonic wanted the Chaos Emeralds. So now they have the Chaos Emeralds plus the elements of nightmares. And that is the only weapon that can defeat Dark Swirl, by the way. So Dark Swirl wouldn't mind having that on her team because now she has the elements of nightmares under her control plus the Chaos Emeralds. So now she has the ultimate weapon. The only weapon that can defeat her is now under her control completely. So that's the reason why I had Sonic get the Chaos Emeralds, or order Rainbow Dash to order Applejack to get the Chaos Emeralds. Christopher Vasquez, I was shocked when Sonic first became the Werehog. I was just thinking to myself, if you would have put Sonic as a Werehog when Sonic is fighting Dr. Eggman. I'm debating on that. I'm debating on that if I'm going to have the elements of nightmares have a residual effect. I don't know. I haven't decided if the elements of nightmares will have a residual effect as the series goes on. I'm not sure yet. I was leaning more toward no, but I think it would be kind of cool for Sonic to be able to utilize the Werehog form. I think that would be kind of cool. I just don't think I'm just not sure it would make sense if and when the elements of harmony are restored, because he does need because keep in mind, when he transforms with the element of magic, he transforms into Harmonic Sonic. So I don't know how it would make sense for him transforming into a Werehog after the element of dark magic has been uncorrupted. Getting a lot of comments. I do wonder, will Eggman team up with the heroes like he has done before? The answer to that question is no. Eggman will not be part of this saga, unfortunately. Again, I don't want to spoil anything. What I will say about Eggman is he is coming quicker rather than later. He's going to make it there before the 3 years is up. I'm not making you guys wait to season 6 or 7 before Eggman shows up. Eggman, Boku and Deku, we're going to see them. We're not going to see them in season 3, but we'll see Boku and Deku in season 4. And I'm not going to give stuff away, but let's just say they figure out a way to fix Eggman's ship. So he's going to be coming sooner rather than later. So, like I said, I'm looking very forward to season 4. A lot is going to happen in season 4. It's going to be a very intriguing season, to say the least. Very intriguing. A lot is happening in season 4. Twilight's going to have her baby. There's going to be weddings. There's going to be chaos with the Chaos Emeralds. There's going to be a lot going on with season 4. And you'll see what I'm saying when this saga wraps up. Brandon Sr. At first, I was confused about Aeon and Sunset. I felt like they were acting nice, but actually evil. Again, the original thing with Sunset and Aeon, and it changes with these two because Sunset is trying to play both sides. She wants to pretend like she's remaining loyal to Twilight, because keep in mind, she has the elements of harmony, and her goal is to try to get in, to get her and Aeon in good graces, with, Dark Swirl and Soletta. It's an idea to take the elements of harmony to Dark Swirl, because he wants to be able to work directly with Nightshade and not have to try to be sneaky about it. They can meet up secretly, and if Dark Swirl and Soletta trust Aeon, then they won't question Aeon talking secretly with Nightshade. They won't question that. So that's Aeon's thought process. Yes, maybe I should explain it. But you did a pretty bang up job explaining it for me. But yes, that's basically the gist. Is that I wanted to get closer to Nightshade without drawing suspicion to what Nightshade is doing. We can have our secret conversations, and Soletta and Dark Swirl won't be the riser. That's exactly what it was. I would have loved Orbot and Cubot being in there. I'm not saying they won't be. Again, this is more based off of the Sonic X plush. I'm basing more of the Eggman's crew. I'm basing it more off of Sonic X, because I took the Sonic X storyline, the end of that story, and I kind of brought it to Harmony and Chaos into Equestria. I tweaked the ending of Sonic X, basically, whereas, you guys remember what happened. Sonic's character, Cosmo blows herself up, Dark Oak escapes, Mobius gets blown up, and right before Mobius blows up, Knuckles used the Chaos Emeralds to transport everybody to Equestria. Although I should say the Master Emerald transported everybody to Equestria. Eggman didn't have a Chaos Emerald. That's why he didn't get transported. Let's see. We're getting a lot of comments here. So I saw Michael Collins Gaming. I saw the prior episodes, and I thought Sombra was strong, but Dark Swirl eclipses him. Yes. The reason why Dark Swirl eclipses Sombra is not a deity. Going back to Dark Swirl's past, she basically killed her parents and attempted to kill Soletta 40,000 years ago on the planet Mobius, because the ponies come from Mobius. So Dark Swirl, wanting control of the Equestrian Empire, had her own army. She controlled her own army by invading their dreams and turning them into nightmares. And because she basically ran an army of zombies, because she exhausted all of the ponies of the Equestrian Empire with nightmares, they essentially became under her control as zombies. They're not really zombies, but you get what I mean. They're mind control. So Soletta, as a last defense, decides to lock her sister away. She's able to convince the echidnas to lock Dark Swirl away into the Chaos Emeralds. So what happens now is that similar to Enerjack, how Enerjack he's the god of chaos in the Chaos Emeralds, basically. Dark Swirl is locked away in the Chaos Emeralds for so long, she literally becomes a deity or a semi demigod, and that's why she outpowers Sombra. Plush, but I'm hyped for Big Eggy Boy. Oh yeah, I know you guys are excited for Eggman. I'm excited to do the voice too, which is one of the reasons why I'm speeding up the process. That, and it makes sense given where season 4 is going to go, why I need Eggman sooner rather than later. And I've got so much planned for the entire series in general. I originally thought this series would go 8 or 9 seasons. It's probably going to go 10. It could go 10 with all the content I have. I've just been thinking of stuff ever since day one. Actually, Harmony and Chaos started in my brain. And it started, I want to say, sometime in October of 2016. I came up with the concept at work. And I basically came up with at least 4 or 5 really good ideas for seasons in my head. And it's just kind of added on since then. So, I mean, it's hard to believe that Harmony and Chaos is going on 6 years old. Well, 5 years old. It's 5 years old, actually. Probably 2 weeks ago, Harmony and Chaos was 5 years old. As far as the series itself being born. It was born, I want to say November 14th or November 16th of 2016. Somewhere in that time frame is when I started writing the first episode of Harmony and Chaos. So it's 5 years old. The series is literally just over 5 years old. It's funny how the series has evolved from just being a you guys read it. You know, it was just a reading episode, like you would see any other Sonic and MLP series. You know, you guys read along. And then one day I had technical difficulties and it forced me to voice one of the episodes live. And you guys liked it so much that it honestly became a voice dub. So I had to go back and redo the whole series. And I was already 40 episodes into it. So I had to go back and redo the first 47 episodes and voice them all, which was a lot of fun. And I know that was the best thing that ever happened to my channel, was that day I had technical difficulties, because it has grown this channel substantially. So, yeah, I'm very, what turned out to be a disaster turned out to be a blessing. Nicole Kalat. Oh, and I'm looking forward to a lot happening. There's a lot going to happen. This series just doesn't stop, man. There is like no time for peace in this series. It just constantly is like, lately, ever since Chrysalis's attack, it's just been one after another. It's like, I would love to give these characters some peace so we can go back to some fun stuff. We get a little bit of that in season 4, but again, there's a big emergency that happens, and we'll get into that. Again, I'm excited for season 4 too, but we got to wrap up season 3 and this saga first. Will Sonic and the main 6 ever go back to normal? Again, this goes under a spoiler. You'll just have to wait and see. And I want to do Nightshade's voice. I got to get in a... I hope that Hedgehog dies. I hope he never goes back. Again, I'm going into Discord. I can't do it. I don't know. There's something wrong with my voice. It's like raspy or something. I can't... I don't know what it is. I can't stop going into Discord with Nightshade. I'm so sorry. I know some of you guys were looking forward to Senpai. Michael Collins is gaming. I've always wondered, are the humans on Earth the same as the ones on Mobius, or are they different because 40,000 years ago, humans on Earth did not have a civilization? Ooh, that is a good question. I think that's something we'll get into when Eggman arrives. The humans on Mobius never really got explained, other than, the cover-up that Celestia told, that the humans were responsible for the ponies being on Equestria, that the equestrians, it was all a cover up that Celestia used when she said that, oh, we left Mobius because we didn't want the humans to get their hands on the elements of harmony. It was all a lie. That was all a lie to cover up the truth that Soletta was corrupt, and that's why Knuckles' tribe, the Echidnas, banished the ponies from Mobius because Soletta wanted the Chaos Emeralds for herself, as she had the elements of harmony already, so she wanted the Chaos Emerald so she could have the Harmony Chaos Cannon for herself. And that's basically why the Echidnas banished the ponies from Mobius. That's also explained in season 1 or season 2. I don't even remember. My God, all the truth comes out very slowly. Yay. My one of my best friends, Luis, types in, I am so hype, and he's saying hi. Luis, I hope everything is going well with you and your family. Sorry to hear the news of, yeah. I love and care about you, Luis. Just remember that. You will always be a dear friend of mine, and I hope things are going good for you and Sebastian, and I wish you guys the best. Elijah, it seems Celestia blessed your channel that day of the technical difficulties. LOL. Yes, she did. Very much so. My ex-wife didn't enjoy that episode where she had to hold that camera for, I think, about an hour and a half. I give Natalie a lot of credit for that. She's a big reason why that worked, because I didn't have to worry about propping the camera up. It was a fun episode to voice. It was the big battle, the big season 2 mid-season finale, the big battle in the Crystal Empire with Sombra and who was in that battle? Shadow, Silver, Sonic, I think Tempest, Twilight was part of the battle. Plush types in, when I'm doing my reactions, I can always picture Plush being there with them personally. I can see him giving some funny reactions. Oh, you're welcome, Luis. You're always in my thoughts. Always. Michael Collins Gaming, are you going to pull a DB and bring the characters back? Or are they going to stay dead like Cream? That is coming at the end of the episode. I will explain more. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I will answer that question at the end of the episode, Michael. Keep that in mind. That was part of the big announcement. So, moving right along, where was I? Can somebody remind me where we left off with the episode that we're recapping here? I would want to say we were, oh God. So I think we were with pulling a Dragon Ball, LOL. Yeah. Well, I will explain. You guys know I always have good explanations as to how these things happen. So, I need a drink. I'm getting raspy. We've had some weird weather here in Chicago / Dwight, where I live. 2 days ago, it was 65 degrees. The last 2 days, it's been winter. It's kind of like we go up and down with the weather, and my voice is raspy. I didn't have allergies this year. This is the first time in probably ever in my life I didn't have fall allergies. But the air is so dry right now. My voice has not been normal for about 4 or 5 days. So, it's been something. Brandon Senior, when I'm doing my reactions, I was hoping I don't get copyrighted. You guys aren't going to get copyrighted badly. You just cannot monetize. The thing is I like to use real music in my episodes, and I don't get copyright strikes, but I do get copyright claims. It doesn't affect the viewership of my episodes anywhere. I have had episodes in the past, like for example, back in season 2 when I did the Christmas episodes or the heartwarming episodes, a Tom Petty song, Christmas All Over Again, got me banned in Hong Kong, of all places. So then I had to go back and redo the episode and take that song out just so the fans in Hong Kong got to see the episode. So again, it's one of those things where I haven't gotten a copyright strike for any of the songs I've used. Um, I credit the songs. I do credit the songs in the closing credits. Um, I also try to credit as many artists as I possibly can. The issue is a lot of these, when I go to Google these pictures, a lot of the artists don't leave their name, or if they put their name, I can't read it. Google doesn't always give me who the artist is, and I try to go to the site, and then the site brings me to some weird thing where it still doesn't tell me the artist who's responsible for the artwork. Again, I always try to credit the artists. They deserve credit for their work, and any credit given to them gives them a little bit of notoriety. So I try to give as many credits as possible when I do that stuff. Um, if I when I set up my episodes for the premiere, the second my episode uploads to YouTube, I will get a warning from YouTube telling me if I'm getting copyright struck or if the song will result in a copyright strike. That's another reason why I do live premieres, and I set up my live premieres days in advance, because then YouTube will tell me, hey, we can't post this episode in Hong Kong, or we can't post this episode in XYZ countries because of this song. So then I now have the option to take down the episode, take the song out of the episode, and then reconvert the episode to a video without that song in it. This way it doesn't get banned in certain countries. That is the main reason why I do premieres now, because YouTube will give me the warning if I'm going to be banned. Let's see. What else do we have here? Let's see. Ponyville was destroyed at the end. Ponyville, yes, Ponyville is heavily damaged. What caused the explosion was the power of the elements of Nightmares being converted. Sonic powered up and put his magic into all the elements. It caused a massive explosion. A good chunk of Ponyville was destroyed in the explosion. Good portion of Ponyville. Some structures were damaged more than others. Not everybody, innocent character-wise, is going to make it out alive of that explosion, unfortunately. So Sonic is responsible for the deaths of everybody who dies in Ponyville, which is kind of sad. Let's see. Elijah writes, Sunset fled to Nightshade's castle, I think. Yes, that's what she did. And yes, that's where we left off. Thanks, Elijah. Thank you for that. I knew we left off somewhere where, yeah, because then she goes to Nightshade's castle. Well, yeah. Thank you, Elijah. Nicole, my weather is crap. Yeah, I'm not sure where you're at, but I'm not sure if there's a blizzard or a snowstorm, I think, brewing somewhere. Brandon, has your voice been dying / losing voice over the episodes? Yes, actually they do. Which is why I kind of split the episodes up. I can usually voice really good for about 2 hours, and then I have to take a break, rehydrate, and then go back at it. And just a lot of times, given my crazy schedule with work and just doing a lot of other things, I usually split the voicing up over a week. I usually do my voicing for about a week. And because I got to edit the music in with it, I try, and I can't really edit the music. I can't really time the music out until I do the voices, because that's when I time out my slides. I time out each page, so the episode flows. Nicole Kala types in, there's been snow for the past 2 days, pretty much. Yeesh. I'm glad we haven't had that yet. My friend Luis up there will tell you, Chicago has some funked up weather when it comes to winter. We've had that polar vortex the last couple years, and when we hit 50 below zero, not fun. And we don't get as much snow as the East Coast. I will say that. We have bitter cold in the Midwest. And I live out in the country. I live about 70 miles south of Chicago in a small little town called Dwight. So basically we have no protection from the wind. So when we get the polar vortex and it's 35, 40 below zero, and then the wind chill's like 60 below, it sucks out here. It really does. It's terrible. And Luis agreed with me. Yes, it does. Our winters are brutally cold. We don't get a lot of snow, but it's brutally cold here in Illinois. I'm not kidding. I right now I'm wearing my freezer suit to go outside to have my cigarette, whatever. So and it's only 20 degrees. It's like 25 degrees, and that's cold for me. So when we get to like 0 degrees and the wind chill's negative 15, I'm like, why do I still live here? And then we get the polar vortex, and then the temperature is negative 20 with a wind chill of negative 45 or negative 50, and it sucks. It's terrible. And New York is worse. Oh my God. And you've only been there for a couple of months, Luis. Yes, you've only been there for a few months. They do get a lot more snow in New York. They get a lot of nor'easters and a lot of blizzards. They get like, I don't know if they call blizzards nor'easters or what they're called, but they get about 3 or 4 really major snowstorms every year in New York and Boston and anywhere up in the East New England atmosphere up there. Michael Collins Gaming. I just hope Celeste is too upset when she finds out that a human has been living in her country under her nose. She knows about Chris. She wasn't happy at first, but she's warmed up to Chris because Chris has proven himself. Yeah, she knows about Chris because he helped out during the Sombra battle, the battle with Sombra. He helped out. So she's well aware of Chris and is very welcoming to Chris. Just blizzards. Nice. Yeah, you guys get a lot of snow. But NYC doesn't have it as bad as Buffalo. They don't have it as bad as upstate New York, like Buffalo, where they got 148 inches of snow in 2 days a couple years back. Elijah, I mean, she's all right with me being there behind the scenes. Oh, he's talking about Celestia. Oh man. Let me drink this. I gotta get into character here for Elijah. You know, Elijah, you're always welcome in my castle. I don't see why Celestia would have a problem with you being there. You're a cool dude. Oh man. So anyway, diving back into the episode, Sunset flees to Nightshade's castle. She bumps into Nightshade first, and basically Nightshade, tells Sunset, yes, Aeon, I'll take it from here, human. Basically, Sunset runs into me, and I basically tell her that Aeon and I are working together. Reluctantly as it is, Hedgehog. Well, it's no picnic for me either. It would help if you actually trusted me. I'll never trust a rat. You know what they say about rats? You can't trust them, not for a second. I certainly don't trust you. Oh, it goes back to what Sonia said, doesn't it? You honestly would rather trust what Sonia says, and she tried to kill you. It makes sense. It makes absolute sense. I haven't done anything to earn a distrust from you, and here you go. She told me things, Aeon, of why you wanted that crystal, and she told me all about it. I feel like that was a little bit more Nightshade-esque. I think that was. But, Sunset bumps into Nightshade. Then Aeon comes down and sees that Nightshade, or sees that Sunset's there, and Sunset tells Aeon exactly what's going on, that her cover was blown, and that Twilight is going to find out that they literally stole the elements of harmony. Nicole Kala types in, oh, speaking of Sonia, isn't she making a return? Yes. Plush. Facts. You can't trust Chuck E. Cheese. Man's took $35 and still hasn't given it back. Oh my God. What is okay? Whoa. There's got to be a side reference I don't know about with that. There's got to be something that I don't know about with that story. You're gonna have to fill me in on that one, Plush. Unless I've missed something in your role play. Okay, Nicole's laughing. I am assuming this is something that happened in the Discord chat that I have missed. Let's see. That sounded more like Nightshade. Thank you, Elijah. Good. I'm glad. Michael Collins Gaming. I was just about to ask about Sonya. LOL. Yes. Sonya is going to be making a relevant comeback at some point. And it's going to happen within the actually, we're getting near the end of the season. So again, I keep thinking I have more time with this saga, and it's just like, oh my God. My episode 88 right now. So that means counting this episode, there's only 8 episodes left in the season. So it's like, if I want to have this thing wrapped up, I got to wrap it up in 8 episodes, which is going to be rough. It's going to be rough because a lot happens in these, and between now and the end of the saga. So I'm going to have a rough time wrapping this up, I think, in 8 episodes. Don't know how to do it. Like a storyline, I really don't. I'm if I have to go into season 4 with it, then so be it. So after that, basically Sunset tells Anne, my cover's blown. It's only a matter of time. Twilight's going to find out the truth that I've stolen the elements of harmony, and that there's a possibility that Dark Swirl has them. After that scene concludes, I want to say we go to dark moment number 2, which now we get into Rainbow Dash. We learn through the Pegasus Ball League, there's a pregame show right before Rainbow Dash's game starts. It's the television broadcast of the pregame show, and we find out that the broadcasters have found out that Rainbow Dash has gone missing. So basically what happens is that Rainbow Dash shows up to the stadium before her game, corrupted. And this happens right after Dark Swirl, turns the elements of harmony into the element of elements of nightmares. We saw it with Rarity, and now, of course, given that time frame, Rainbow Dash would be showing up to the stadium around that time. Excuse me. So she showed up to the stadium angry. Reason why she's angry, she's been corrupted. So her team goes out for warm-ups, and that's when the broadcasters realize, hey, she's not out here for warm-ups. We need to investigate. So they investigate, and then they report publicly on the pregame show that she is missing. They didn't tell why. They didn't know why during the broadcast, and that's my way of, you guys knew what was going on. I didn't have to tell you. So that was my way of just kind of like not insulting people's intelligence. And it also kind of gave you guys a little bit of suspense, like, oh my God, where's Rainbow Dash? You guys knew she was corrupted, and I was watching the chats. You guys knew immediately she was corrupted, but it was kind of one of those suspense things where it was like, oh my God, where is she though? Like, Jesus, she's supposed to be playing, and she's not there. So we come to find out a couple of scenes later, Twilight shows up to the Tree of Harmony. The next scene is Twilight showing up to the Tree of Harmony with Shadow. Make it long story short, they realize, hey, Sunset is a freaking liar. The elements aren't here. Great. What do we tell Princess Celestia? Hey, let's go back to the castle because the chariot is going to be coming back. So, and at this point, Twilight, I think I've already made reference at this point. We now realize at this point that the rest of the elements of harmony have not contacted Twilight about going to the meeting that Celestia has. So then Twilight's like, we better get back to the castle because the chariot is supposed to come by noon. So we need to get back to the castle. So they go back to the castle. It is at this point in the episode where Rainbow Dash meets up with Sonic, who is now in the Everfree Forest at the tower, at the castle of the Two Sisters. Basically, how Rainbow Dash was able to find Sonic is that her element of rage kind of called out to her. That's one of the reasons. And the second reason is she could sense Sonic. She's Sonic's second in command. She was able to sense Sonic and kind of went to where he was. They reunite. Sonic gives the element of rage to Rainbow Dash. And she's officially under Dark Swirl's complete control at that point. Once she puts it on. Sonic basically orders Rainbow Dash to go to Sweet Apple Acres and to order Applejack to steal the Chaos Emeralds. So we get back to Twilight's castle. This episode jumped around a lot. And I did that for a reason, because I wanted you guys to see every viewpoint of the characters as the day progressed. You know, this was titled The Day of the Dead. I wanted you guys to see the natural progression of how things progressed from each perspective. So now we get back to Twilight's castle. Spike is now back at the castle at this point from dropping Sweetie Belle off and making sure she got home safe, whatever. And he tells Twilight what happened with Rarity. And so now Twilight is freaking out because now she's starting to put it together that the elements of harmony have been, at the very least, corrupted, potentially converted to the elements of nightmares. Twilight doesn't know for sure if they've been completely corrupted and turned into the elements of nightmares. In her mind, they've been corrupted. It is also at this time that Shadow decides to call out to Tails. And I got a text. I'm sorry, guys. So basically at this time, for some reason, I forget what the reason was, but Shadow decides to call out to Tails. And Tails has some startling news about Fluttershy. And we all know what Fluttershy's element is and what it does to her. It makes her a bloodthirsty savage, I think is what I wrote. And we will... I cannot wait to get the next episode done because it's... it's bad. It's really dark. And I really can't wait for you guys to see it. I have the ideas in my head. It's just, sequencing it together. And that's why I got to do my storyboard on my phone. It's going to be a longer episode for sure. It's going to be a long episode. I would say don't expect it until after the new year. Closer to February. It's probably going to be closer to February. And don't hold me to that. I've got a lot of things going on. Work, and I'm going to probably have to work a second job again. But that's neither here or there. Right now, tentatively, it's probably going to be February. Sometime in February. I hate to make you guys wait that long. But I cannot promise before that. I want to dive back into some more chats. Plush, I got chills when they were talking about her. I've heard stuff like that before, but gosh, does it freak me out. I think you're referring to Rainbow Dash. Elijah, her inner rage comes out. Absolutely. Really, you're going to see these, and it's dark magic. The dark magic always makes characters stronger. Like today, I was playing Dragon Ball Xenoverse with my daughter on PlayStation 4, and again, Trunks mentions dark magic about how dark magic, Toa and Mira's dark magic is making Turles stronger, Lord Slug stronger. It's making all the Frieza stronger, Cell stronger. So for some odd reason, with every series, dark magic makes characters stronger. I don't know why. It just does. But with the main five, you're going to see how much more powerful that they really are nightmarish. And you're going to, in fact, the next episode is titled The Day of the Dead Part 2, The Attack of the Elements of Nightmares. It's all based around the elements of nightmares, the whole episode. It's going to be an interesting episode. And you're going to see how each character is affected in that one. It's going to be a very long episode. Dare I say it's going to be pushing an hour and a half. The next two episodes are actually going to be pretty long. They're both going to be over an hour. The next one's probably going to be 90 minutes, at least. I need 90 minutes to get to where I need. They're going to be long episodes, but they're going to be full fighting episodes. There's going to be a lot of violence, a lot. Michael Collins Gaming, I'm worried about the Harmony Chaos Cannon being used because it was established that if it's not used properly, Equus will go the way of Alderaan. Yes. If it's not used properly, absolutely. The planet will explode. And the more Chaos Emeralds, the more Chaos Emeralds that are used with the elements of Harmony, the more powerful it becomes. So if you're talking about using all 7 Chaos Emeralds with the elements of Harmony, you're talking about destruction, Beerus level destruction of entire galaxies being wiped out. So yeah, you're talking Lord Beerus level destruction. Plush Insane Fluttershy is something we've seen before. Yes, if you have read Butterflies or have seen Butterflies or if you've ever read the fanfic Butterfly or have seen the voice dub on YouTube of Butterflies, you've seen Fluttershy's psychotic side, and it is very dark. And you're going to see it. You're going to definitely see Fluttershy's dark side in the next episode, along with the rest of the main 5. Very dark. Very, very dark. And yeah. It's a heartbreaking next couple episodes. It really will be. Some characters are going to die that I really don't want to kill off. Yeah. The cast needs to be shortened dramatically. There's too many characters. Yeah, I'm kind of choked up. Because there's one character in particular I really don't want to kill, and I'm trying to talk myself out of it, but it's hard. I don't want to kill him, but I'm trying to talk myself out of it. We'll leave it at that. Hopefully, I talk myself out of it within the next 2 months, because I don't want to kill this character. I don't, but I just haven't been utilizing him. I mean, he has a storyline that he could be involved in, but I don't know. I don't want to kill him off. Let's see. It's much like the cream. There are casualties that have to happen that I don't want. Cream was a casualty I did not want, but had to happen. I never like killing off characters, especially ones I like. It's rough. It's rough. I really like this character too. I do. But yeah. Let's see. Nicole Kala, if it's gonna be February, it will be around my birthday on the 14th. You have, oh my God, Valentine's Day is your birthday? What? That is awesome. That is awesome. You get extra pampered on your birthday then. Because your boyfriend, if you have a boyfriend, should be giving you Valentine's Day stuff plus birthday stuff. So that's like a double whammy. That's awesome, Nicole. Michael Collins Gaming. Dark magic makes characters stronger, but it corrupts them the more it's used. Yes, that is correct. I'm just, again, if that's going back to Sonic being able to use his werehog form, I don't know. I'm debating on it. It's something that's going through my head. It is something that I could use. Maybe the power is residual. Excuse me. It could be. I'm not sure. Not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. Brandon Sr. Hey, Michael, if you saw my reaction to the current Harmony and Chaos episode, I'm sorry about the vertical screen. I did watch the whole thing in its entirety. I enjoyed it. Despite the screen being thrown off, I did enjoy your reaction. Nicole, yes, Valentine's Day is my birthday, and I have a boyfriend. He makes drawings for me. That is awesome. Actually, I kind of want to. My daughter Allison has become quite the artist. She handed me some art, and then her mom, my ex, showed me some of her artwork that she did on canvas. and I'm completely blown away to the point where I've ordered a canvas for myself, and I want one of those canvases of her original art because it is insane the amount of what she did. My daughter drew a Bulbasaur, and I swear to God, this is one of the best Bulbasaurs I've ever seen drawn, and she's only 10, and she drew it freehand. I couldn't believe it, and I'm like, look. And at first, when she handed it to me, I thought it was literally I thought it was something that she colored out of a coloring book, and then I'm looking at it, and I saw she drew it in pencil and then colored it in. It is insane how much like Bulbasaur this thing looks like, and she drew it freehand. Incredible, the artistic talent of my 10-year-old daughter. Incredible. And I'm just blown away by how artistic she is with art. Blown away. Let's see. Plush. I've drawn a lot of my OC and his different forms and friends. I have seen those on the chats. I have seen those on the Sondash, and not so much Sondash. I've seen it in Speedstars Discord. A lot of the drawings. Good. Very, very good. I could use an artist myself for more original art. There's one especially that I was hoping for with Spike and Sonic, but I can't draw to save my life. Maybe I'll have my daughter do it, but then again, I don't know if she can draw that detailed of art of a fight scene. So I don't know. Michael Collins Gaming. I wonder, are there going to be more VAs? For my, the reason being is it's very hard. It's very hard for me. I mean, it's hard in general coming up with a cast. And it's even harder to keep in touch with a cast, to have to send scripts to a cast and then expect the cast to be on time. The other issue I have with other people voicing is mic quality. I use one of these, which is a Blue Yeti microphone. Not too many people have good quality mics, and rather than trying to go through all that drama of other voice actors, I feel like I voice the characters well enough where I don't need voice actors. There are a couple people that I would like to use for the series. Plush, I would like to be on the show at some point as Infinite. Infinite is going to be part of this series. I would like for him to voice Infinite at some point because I feel like he voiced Infinite very, very well. When it came down to Speedstar series, I love his Infinite voice. So, it's just one of those things where, because there was a part where I wanted Will Atkinson to voice his own character, but, going back on it, it's just kind of like, man, that's kind of hard for me because the way I voice an episode is I voice, you guys know how I set up my episodes. There are certain times where the fool nothing but dialogue. It's awfully hard for me to get all of that dialogue with two people voicing it. It seems like a lot of work, and I want to get these episodes out as fast as possible. So that's why I don't use other VAs. I just feel like it's a lot of extra tedious work that I don't really have to go through because I want to get these episodes out to you guys quickly, as quick as possible. Thank you, Plush. I appreciate it. We'll have to figure out how to do that. I know you and I do voice chats. We've done, Plush and I have done some what would you do or what would you rather videos. We've done a couple of those. There's got to be a way we can record off Discord. There has to be. I've seen, I believe it was the Narrator Pony or some other big time brony YouTuber has done. They've done what do you call it? They've done outtake videos of them basically having blooper reels. And I think the only way you can do that is if you're doing Discord voicing, where you voice as a group on Discord. I know that was an idea I gave Speedstar before when it came down to Sonic X Equestria. I kind of wanted to do a group voice, because then we can kind of feed off of each other's emotions. And I always think when you voice as a group, it's better. And we've talked about this before, just because you can feed off of each other's emotions. And I think the voice acting is better when you do it as a group, to be honest. Scribbler, yes. Scribbler, I know, has done, she's done outtakes. She's done blooper videos and blooper reels as well. And I know for a fact, I've never been part of a Scribbler production, but I do know Scribbler does group. She does group recording, because you have to show up at a certain time to do the voice acting. So I know for a fact she does group voicing. Brandon, I would love to VA in the series. I know. It's rough. It's rough. Oh, okay. So Michael Collins Gaming, it's Scribbler, the Lost Narrator, and Magpie Pony. Yeah, I know for a fact there are multiple people who do Discord voice acting as a group. So yeah, I'm getting raspy again. It's just this air is very dry, so I'm losing my voice again. Those are the ones I know of. Yes, those are the ones I was thinking of too. I know Scribbler did it. I know Lost Narrator does it. I haven't watched too much of Magpie Pony stuff. If I have, it's been a reaction. Let's see. Getting back into the episode. All right, so let's see. You know what, guys? I'm getting a silent message on my phone. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna end the live stream right now. When I'm done handling this, I'm gonna come back and restart the stream as a secondary stream. This is gonna allow my voice back a little bit. So sit tight, guys. I will come back and we'll do part 2 of this live stream when I come back. All right. I'll be back shortly.